CX professionals and corporate researchers rely on customer surveys, and for good reason. Done well, they value customers and they deliver critical insights that are unobtainable by any other means. But I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones that often are not done well, and one kind in particular, transactional surveys. You know the type, the surveys we send after hotel stays, car rentals, phone rep interactions, online purchases, web visits, the list goes on and on. Now, as a class, these surveys are quite different from other types of customer research because they focus very narrowly on just the customer's most recent interaction. The sheer number of these surveys today is a problem. Your customers are inundated with these kinds of surveys, but of course, your company alone can't solve this. What you can do, however, is make sure your transactional surveys stand apart from others and that you stay out of that not done well crowd. This is the launch of a series of videos where I'm going to focus on 4 specific problems with transactional surveys and, more importantly, what we can do about them. Let me briefly review these 4 problems. Problem number 1. Transactional surveys are often disconnected from the customer journey. The traditional quote-unquote touchpoint survey asks customers about an interaction but doesn't attempt to anchor that experience within the larger context of the customer's goal, or the problem they're trying to solve, or their need. Customers don't really care about interactions, right? They care about what they are trying to get done. Problem number 2. Too many companies are guilty of using transactional surveys just for number chasing. They're doing the surveys for the wrong reason, which is just to generate a score for incentive compensation for customer-facing employees or managers or both. Now, once you link a survey score directly to compensation, and I know there are often logical reasons for doing this, but once you do, it's nearly impossible to avoid number chasing. The survey data won't be about the customer anymore or how to improve the customer's experience. It will become about making the target for comp. I've seen a lot of bad corporate behavior just for this reason alone. Problem number 3. Far too many of these transactional surveys turn customers into quality inspectors. They ask the customer to report what happened in the experience. Was the car clean? Did the rep reach you by name? Did the package arrive undamaged? And so on. Companies that do this are really not trying to understand the customer anymore. They're trying to understand themselves, but they're doing it at the customer's expense. And problem number 4, many companies approach these surveys as if their customers interact with no one else. But evaluations of experience are always set in the context of expectations, and those are based on a wide range of interactions. Maybe a customer gives a high rating to your company's phone reps for being professional, for example. Or maybe they say that based on their experience, they would recommend you. That's all well and good, but what if they think that all the phone reps they deal with are professional, or they recommend all of your competitors just as easily as they recommend you? The point is that getting high marks does not automatically translate into competitive advantage or loyalty. And isn't that what matters? Transactional surveys need to be reimagined. In future videos, I'll explain each of these problems a little further and offer some suggestions so that your company can be among the few who are doing it well. Until next time, remember the 2 rules of customer experience. Rule number 1, keep the customer first. And rule number 2, keep revisiting rule number 1.